So this is a Layerstyle tutorial, and in this one, it's just that's all it is. So I'm just gonna talk about a little bit of the issues I see when people send me their stuff, and I will tell you how to fix it and go about making it just a simple basic one with I think 4 or 5 stocks. So you'll find this Google Drive. I will share it. It has all that we're going to use to make a Layerstyle, and you can use more, and sometimes I would, just because you don't want to use the same thing and make it big and make it too simple. But you want to download all this stuff, and we're going to be using the Orbit logo. So once you have it downloaded, we're going to go here, turn everything off, there's a bunch of this stuff, you can turn it all off for now. We're going to be looking at it. We're going to be using the alternate forward logo. You can use whatever one you want, but I'm just going to be using this one for the tutorial. So we're going to change this color to whatever we want. I'm using this blue color. I have it on overlay on 35%, and you'll see why. I mean, we could turn it all the way up just to show you, but it'll come into play later, and I want it to be specifically on this tint. So I like that, and I'm just going to drag everything that I just downloaded right here, drag it in, just making sure everything gets in there. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is turn everything off. I'm going to reorder it slightly. So now I have this. I'm going to size this down. And the only reason I'm doing that is because the original size is actually small. And so the thing is, when dealing with layer styles, the biggest mistake I see from people is resizing something so it's so big that it covers the whole logo. And that leaves you with like something that's way too grainy and not high quality. And it's going to come out bad. So that is an immediate problem that I will see. And so you're going to copy and paste it so that it covers over here. You're going to do the same thing again. You're going to move it over here. And then you can take all that, duplicate it. Hold shift and click all this, right click, duplicate layers. You can also press Ctrl J. And I'm just moving this over so I can get it all the way over. I'm just going to get this to cover the whole thing. So now that I have all this in place, I could go and erase with clipping masks parts that I don't like and blend it a little bit better like this. But I don't think I'm actually going to do that. I think that I'm going to want the hard lines. I'm going to merge these together. And we're going to go to find a layer option. And I believe that this will be the best one, color dodge. It looks bad, right? But we have plenty more to add. So this one I am going to resize it just because there's not a lot of detail. So it's not going to matter too much how much I resize it. So since there's not much detail, I'm going to resize it a little bit, change it to something that I like. And that looks nice. Get a little white through the middle there. Looks good, and I can move it around however I like. So that's nice. And I'm just gonna make it so that there's no hard lines. Now that you have that, go ahead and take this one. And I notice how I basted these off the colors a little bit. I chose these two because of the color, because I know what color I want. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to take it down to difference. And I actually don't want it in some places, so I'm going to size up slightly. Take my clipping mask. Take my mask, I mean. And then I'm going to go here, click on the actual image here, not the layer. I'm going to right click on the actual image and select pixels. So that selects what I want. And then I'm going to, well, I actually got to delete this. You want to go here first, select pixels. And now you have it on where you want. And there's a hard line here, and I actually don't want that orange. So I'm going to come in here and take a soft brush with black on it and brush away parts I do not want. And now I'm going to find this, size up slightly maybe, and I think I'm going to go on darken, and I'm just going to simply use a trick that I learned from different Photoshop manipulation tutorials online. And so you see this blend if option. I sometimes use this in my designs to like single out different colors. So if I don't like the black here, I can get rid of the black by dragging it over, and I can get rid of the black from the underline layer by dragging it over. So I'm gonna go find to see what looks best. I mean, you can press Alt, hold down Alt, and choose the side of one of these, and it makes it go at a certain way. So I actually think I like that. Getting a little bit of black, white, and the light blue. So I think I like that, and we'll keep it like that. So this is nice. But I see like this is dragging over onto the 3D part. So I'm gonna go ahead and select pixels again. And then go here and mask. And then I'm gonna do the same exact thing. I see this is hanging here, right here. So right click on the actual logo looking thing. Select pixels and come right here. So now that I have this is the layer style. But you know, to leave it a little bit more completed, I'm going to copy and paste. I'll line this back up, and I'm gonna want to take away the color overlay and go to bevel and emboss. And these are the settings that I have right now. You can copy them. Take a second pause, because when I was making this layer style, I like this. You could also go ahead and just use this. I just like this white on the outside, but this one leaves it a little more glassy. So I like that, and I'm gonna keep that. And so I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna go fill all the way down, and I'm gonna copy. I'm just gonna duplicate this one by pressing Ctrl J. And then I'm going to layer style. Come here, put on a stroke. The stroke's gonna be outside on 1. Down here. And then I like to do when it's angled. You can tell what angle this is. The alternate for this logo, I made this PSD, and this logo is angled. It's looking at it from the bottom, so it's like you're looking up on top of it. So I'm just gonna make this go a little bit ahead of it. So it's like it's coming off. So this is nice. And you can mess around with this as much as you want. You can do a drop shadow if you like the idea of it. So that will be the layer style. And that's the main premise of how you make a layer style. You gotta have different styles of stalks, and you gotta know how to clip things and when to size things up and when not to. In general, do not size images up. Just duplicate them. Maybe erase the edges so they're a little softer. Use the blending mode that will complement like what you're trying to do. You can always just go ahead and scroll on all of these. But yeah, so in the next one I will show you how to make a background. Oh, but one quick thing, if you want to change the actual color of what you're doing, the reason I had it on overlay on 34 is because it's a little bit like more low key on this logo. To change the color, you want to change this first, and then you can just hue and saturation on these. So you'd have to do that, but that's how you do it. So that's how you make a layer style, and then all these different things are just extra add-ons, and you're going to do them eventually at the end. And you can turn back on these if you'd like to. I would suggest not using the color corrections that they already have on here, unless you find a really good one that you think fits really nicely. I would make your own, and I'll show you how to make your own in the next one when I finish the background and do the post work. So the next one focuses on background and post work, and just like the finishing, the little touches that make everything a lot better. So I will see you in the next one.